So today we'll start with the software engineering ethics. So this was the review we've gone through. Last class, what is software engineering? Need for professional software development. So major importance of a software engineering in various areas. What is software process activities? I stressed this. This is an important question that is being asked. What is software process activities, or explain software process activity? So in that case, you need to explain what is software specification, development, validation, and evolution one by one. With the help of example, you need to elaborate it. If it is for a 10 marks, if it is a 4 marks, just have to write the points: specification, development, validation, and evolution. I've explained it with the help of an example. So similarly, next few issues that affects most software that we have discussed. Next, we have gone through what is software engineering diversity, and various application types have been discussed. The standalone, the AutoCAD, the example is AutoCAD, and the Office software, Microsoft Office, it is a standalone. I'd explained transaction based applications used for e-commerce, that we have discussed. Embedded control systems, examples of a micro ovens, washing machines, embedded systems, it has been discussed. So many more. Entertainment systems, the games that you use that are part of application of games. Simulation system for modeling and simulation. This was the best example I discussed to train up the pilots. So the scenario is same as if like they do fly a original plane, but it is a simulation devised software and a hardware in order to train pilots. So this was being discussed. Many more things were discussed. So let me go directly, because we need to cover many topics in a short duration of time. So web-based software engineering I started, how the web is really helpful, and in the historically what we had prior to web, when we never had a web-based development. So even that thing we discussed in the last class. Now let me go to the concept. What is software engineering ethics? So first, let me review this and let me go to the 3 case studies. So what is software engineering ethics? So basically there are few of the ethical issues that are in the engineering discipline. That is, a software engineering is always carried out with the social and legal framework. So that limits the freedom of the people or engineers working in that area. So being a software engineer, you must accept that your job involves a lot of responsibilities. That is, not only the application of technical skills, you must also behave an ethical and morally responsible way if you are really respecting a, or you are expected as a professional engineer. However, there are areas, different areas, where standards of acceptable behavior are not bound by the laws. So some of these engineering ethics I would like to review, that is confidentiality. So these points you could go through. Software engineer must behave in a honest and ethical responsible. If he is really to be behaved or as a good professional, What is confidentiality? Confidentiality means you should maintain the information to be confident when it has to be shared, whom to be shared, right? These things you need to be very much careful. Understood? So confidentiality is one of the major roles. And coming to the second point, competence. So you should not mispresent levels of competence. So third one is the intellectual property rights. So you know what is intellectual property rights? So you should be aware of the local laws that is governing the use of intellectual properties such as patent. You know what is the meaning of patent and copyright? In fact, what is patent? If you don't know, I just want to tell in simple words. You go with a new idea. The idea has not come out to the market, and it is one of the confidential data. So you would have done one of the experiment. So that is really good for the welfare of a society. And that idea is a totally a new one. So that new idea could be a patent in the sense you are doing for the first time and no one has done it. So that information has not known to any one of us outside. So that experiment could be a patent, right? So such things are called as a patent. So we should be careful to ensure that intellectual properties of the employees and the clients is protected. So in this case, what are the intellectual property? So the information, maybe it is a personal information, any as such, that should be protected. So last one is a computer misuse. So you should not use your technical skills to misuse others people's computers. Computer misuse, it may range from relatively starting from minimally, maybe you do play a game, that is you play game on employees machine, that is at the minimum level. I'm trying to tell you how does the computer misuse may happen, and to extremely to a serious case of the usage of a computer, maybe dissemination of viruses or other malware. So in such case it could be a computer misuse. So there are many code of ethics and professional practices. So this is one of the code of conduct designed by ACM IEEE. So theoretically just have to go through. In fact, this code contains 8 principles that is related to the behavior of the decisions made by the professional software engineers. That includes practitioners, maybe the managers, supervisors, and policymakers. So in fact, the general area of ethics and professional responsibility is very much important as a software intensive systems. So it might be considered from a major point where the basic principles of ethics are considered, and software engineer ethics could be discussed with reference to these basic principles. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. The code contains 8 principles. So this is a standard defined permeable for ACM IEEE code of ethics. Just have to go through what are the 8 principles here. So these are all the ethical principles. So I said 8 principles. Let me review fast because I need to move to the case studies today. So public, that is software engineers shall act consistently with the public interest, client and employer. So that is, as I said, in the best interest of their client and employee, consistency with the public interest. Then we have a product. See, this is a code of conduct. Then the judgment. So these are all the issues all related with the 8 products, that is judgment, management, profession, colleagues and self. So this could be an important question once again. So the question could be asked, what are the 8 principles that are adhered by the ACM IEEE Software Engineering Code of Ethics and Professional Practice? So overall, I have displayed this on the screen. So there is no meaning in reading out these things. Overall, the software engineer shall commit themselves in making analysis, specification, design, development, testing, and maintenance. Try to follow up the word. So I said software engineering should commit themselves. You know what is analysis, specification, part of a requirement gathering. Next, 2 words, design development, where you program as per the specification. Then testing and maintenance. So all these 6 factors are beneficial and respected professions, right? In accordance with their commitment to the various factors such as the health, safety, and welfare of the public, software engineers shall adhere to all these 8 principles. So there are few of the disagreements, that is called ethical dilemma also. So theoretically you have to go through. So I'll directly move up to the case studies. We have 3 case studies. The first case study is a personal insulin pump. So in fact, the case studies, these 3 case studies have been used throughout this book. So personal insulin pump, an example from embedded systems. In fact, this is a system where the software controls the hardware device. and is embedded in that device. So the issues in these embedded systems include maybe the physical size, the responsiveness, and power management. So many more extra examples are there. The example of an embedded systems that we use in a software systems to control a medical device. So in fact, insulin pump is a medical device. So it is an embedded computer device. We have a software, we have a hardware. It is being used to treat sugar patients in order to maintain their sugar levels. So this is the first case study with the diagram we are going to see. The third is information systems. So it is a mental health case patient management system. In fact, this is related to the database management. So what is database? It is a system whose primary purpose is to manage and provide access to the database information. What all the issues to be studied is the information systems includes security, usability, and privacy, and maintaining data integrity. The example of an information systems that we use is a medical record system. So medical record system. The third is a sensor-based data collection system. As I said, the sensor-based. So example is a weather forecasting system. So third point. So as you could see on the screen, first is the insulin pump. Second is a mental health care management systems. So it is quite related to the database. Here the challenging is, as I said, how do we manage and provide access to the database information? The third is a sensor-based data collection system. So that is here it is being in weather stations. In fact, this is a system whose primary purpose is to collect data from set of sensors. It is not a single sensor, set of sensors, and process that data in one of the way. The key requirement of system is usually the reliability, even in the hostile environment. The example of data collection system that we use, the name is Wilderness Weather Station. Wilderness Weather Station. So it is a sensor system. It consists of several sensors. So basic object is to provide weather forecasting system. Here the more challenging is the accuracy, the reliability. Whereas in the second case, patient information, maintaining the patient information, the challenge is about the security and usability and the privacy. Clear? In the first case, insulin pump, what could be the challenge? As I said, it uses both hardware and the software. So how the challenging things is, since it is embedded systems, what could be the physical size? What is the responsiveness? And how do we manage the power? So all these things are major things. So let me move to the first thing, insulin pump. So maybe today it is possible only to cover insulin pump to an extent. We have an architecture that is what is the hardware it consists of and what is the activity diagrams we have. In fact, insulin pump is a medical system. It simulates the operations of the various internal organs, that is to measure the sugar level. Here the software controlling this system is an embedded system. We do collect information from a sensors and control pump that devises a controlled dose of insulin to the user. For example, if you have a sugar, so this insulin pump will really help you to what level of insulin has to be given to a patient in order to control his sugar level. Usually, the people who suffer from diabetes use this insulin pump. In fact, it is a hardware device. The problem basically with this treatment is that, so before that, you could see on the PPT, what it does, it collects data from the blood sugar sensors and calculates the amount of insulin required. We have safety critical systems. What is safety critical systems? In the sense, if the blood sugar is too low, it may lead to the brain malfunctioning, or it may lead to the several cases such as coma and death. In the case of high blood sugar levels, it may lead such as damage to the eye and kidney damage. So we have a lot of challenge to this insulin pump. It is not that unnecessarily it showed the low blood sugar, unnecessarily it might show the high blood sugar. So the accuracy is one of the major issue in this, and responsiveness is a major issue, and also the power systems. It is not that power suddenly fails in between when you are using that particular product. Here is the insulin pump hardware architecture. So this is a hardware architecture, as I said. It is being controlled by the alarm, needle assembly. We have a sensor, and we have two displays. Meanwhile, all of you could give the attendance in the chat session. You follow the lecture, along with that, you could just give the attendance in the chat session. So here is the architecture of the insulin pump. So next is an activity model. It requires a lot of time to explain. So I'll just review the diagram so that I could continue with the second case. That is a database case. So the activity diagram, I need to explain the flow correctly. So this is called a source and this is called a target. All of you could see here, the source is represented by the dot. That is beginning. Always the end is being represented with the, what it is called? It is called bull's eye. Or the target. Clear? So this is a source and this is a target. Here is the flow. How does the insulin pump does works? In fact, activity model is a model that is being used to explain the working condition of a object or in this case, why I say object? Because if I study with the concepts of object oriented modeling and design, so activity model plays a major role. Here we have distributions of activities, subdivisions. So I'll explain maybe in the next sessions how the working condition of the insulin pump, but I want to review through the theoretical part what is being left out here. So we have divided what is high level requirement. So similarly, even mental health care systems, this has got the diagrammatical representation. So what does it consist of? And wilderness weather station. This is also one of the example, third example we have taken. So maybe in the next sessions, we will try to cover up all the three concepts. In that way, we are going to cover up this first part, introduction part. And maybe the software process models is a one session for me. That is to explain waterfall model, increment model, and spiral model. Process activities, once again it repeats. So I have covered this process activities in the introduction part itself. So that is what is process activities. We have majorly 4 process activities: requirement specification, development, design, evolution. If we could put the attendance.